Going over 7 stocks I am buying this month of February for 2025. Let's start off with Amazon stock here. Amazon stock here is at 228.60. I think while we are in this dip opportunity between 230 to about 216, this is a good small opportunity in terms of buying small amounts of shares. If for some reason Amazon does drop down below the 100 EMA on the daily chart, that is below 216, then I would look to buy a bigger position for Amazon shares. Long term, I am expecting to see $300 to be tested for Amazon stock. I think during the first half of this year, we should start to see a test towards 250 to about 260. So right around May and June, look out for 260 for Amazon stock. Going into Microsoft here, I think this is a really good dip opportunity as we are dropping below the 407 mark here. Current price being at 408. So right around 410 or 407. Price ranges here all the way down to about 384. Could be a really good dip opportunity. Even right now, while we're below 407, I wouldn't mind adding a big position into Microsoft shares. Possibly even leap call options. This is the daily chart and we are below the 200 EMA. I think this is a great time to be entering long term, in my opinion. Small positions between 407 to about 425. I don't mind adding a small position in case you miss this dip opportunity, and then price does go back above these levels. 424, 408 there, small position. Long term for Microsoft, I am looking for a retest of 466, and then we will be looking for this test as well towards 520. 520 here going to be my Microsoft price target by next year. First half of this year, I do expect to see this reversal back up to 466. So right around May, June, looking at keep an eye out for 466 to be retested here. So Microsoft, I think, is a really good buy right now. Amazon, I think I wouldn't mind adding a small position here for this week. Microsoft, though, I am looking to buy a big position here. Google here, also at a really good dip opportunity. I mentioned while we're below 192, I think this is a great opportunity to be adding into Google stock. Small position here between 192 and about 176 here, not a bad idea. Honestly, I would even up this blue box here if I can. Let me go ahead and change this. Any price below 182, I think I would start to add in a bigger position for Google. Look out for first half of this year to test back up towards 200 to about 220. By the end of the year, I do expect to see about 250 for Google. Okay, so first half of this year, 220, and then towards the end of the year, 250 is my price prediction. Again, I think right now is a good opportunity for Google stock in terms of adding shares. I don't mind adding a small amount of shares right here. The next stock I'm going to go over is going to be Uber. Uber here currently $79. Currently had a really nice move from the bottom here. We had this low of 59-ish going up to our current price, which is a move about 36%. I would then keep an eye out for $87 to be tested. We are above 74, 71 support level. Currently now just testing to see if we can break above 79.41. So 79.41 might be a potential resistance level to keep an eye out for. If there is a short-term pullback, watch for 74. 74, 71 being a support level. If you haven't entered in Uber yet, personally, I would keep an eye out for 74, 71 being a potential entry level. Okay, between 74 and 70, I don't mind adding a small position. And then if we do dip down below $70, say we get towards 67, 62, I would look to add a bigger position for Uber shares. Okay, that's just me personally. Because let's go ahead and go into the weekly chart. Long term, I am looking for Uber to test 104, 125, and 160. Those are pretty bold price targets, but that's my prediction for Uber going into the next year and next 2 years. Okay. Back on the daily chart, I'm really bullish on Uber because we had a slight, bearish crossover here, having this dip. Now we're having the 50 EMA cross above the 200 EMA again. So this is almost an immediate reversal. I would keep an eye out for, again, watch for new all-time highs here for Uber. All right, Uber there being a good dip opportunity if we do drop down here to 70. Again, currently don't mind adding a small position. AMD here extremely oversold on the daily chart. We have a bearish crossover, downtrend as well. We're dipped down between $115 and $88. I think while we're below 115, I don't mind adding a position here for AMD. I am looking for that reversal to 141. And now 141 either could hit first half of this year or second half, right? So if the first half of this year we do test 141 for AMD, then the second half of this year, keep an eye out for 174 to be tested. I think the worst case scenario is by the end of the year we test towards 141. First half of the year we test closer to 130. Okay, that'd be the bearish case scenario. In my opinion, I don't think we test 88. I think we get this reversal pretty soon for AMD. You might see this downtrend as well. I'm expecting to see a breakout to the top side here pretty soon. We should start to see a reversal in the chart here for AMD. Something similar to this move is what I'm predicting. Now going into NVIDIA here, current price being 138.46. Mentioned previously in a lot of our videos, looking for this gap fill to about 142. I think while we're below 142, don't mind adding a small position. However, watch to see if we reject 142. If there is a rejection at 142, a better entry would be closer to low 130s, closer to the 100 EMA on the daily chart. So 131, 132, 133, those are good possible long-term entries. And then if we do dip down between 130 again to about 117, I'd probably look to add in a bigger position for NVIDIA. I don't think we will test 113 again. I think 113 here is the bottom for NVIDIA stock. First half of this year, I am looking for 153 to be tested. And then second half of the year, keep an eye out for 180. Okay. That would be the bearish case scenario actually. So bearish case scenario is 180 testing in the second half of 2025. The bullish case scenario for NVIDIA is if we test 180 during the first half of 2025. And then during the second half of 2025, so towards the end of the year, watch for a move towards about 210. This is my new price target for NVIDIA. By the end of the year, keep an eye out for 210 for a bullish case scenario, and then 180 for the first half of this year. Again, for the bearish case scenario, 153 first half, 180 second half. Going into our last stock here, it's going to be DraftKings. DraftKings here currently at 53.25. We just had a big move up towards 53.61 with our recent low here at 35.96. We called this stock last week while it was at $43. We shared our live entry and also live alert on options in our Discord. If you aren't in our Discord, feel free to join. Free to join link is down below in the description. And then we do have a 90% off discount for our live entries and exits. That link for that is down below in the description for Patreon. Celebrating our 5-year anniversary at Bullish Raid. Those that join do get to keep a permanent discount. So currently at 53.25, I would keep an eye out for a test towards 58.74. This being our closest major resistance. If DraftKings in the upcoming weeks breaks above 58.74, the next resistance to keep an eye out for is 65, followed by 74. As of right now, I'm viewing a really good support here, right around $50.17. If price drops down to $50.17, I think that will hold as support. If I haven't entered into DraftKings shares yet, I would look to enter closer to $50 if possible, and then watch for that move back up to 60, 65, and then potentially 74. Here we are on the weekly chart. Notice that we are in a bullish crossover where the 50 EMA is crossing above the 200 EMA. This crossed right around November of 2023, and then ever since then we've been on this bull run. So keep an eye out for the all-time high 74.38 to be tested. I do think going into the end of this year we should see a test towards 86 as a bearish case scenario, 98 as a normal scenario, and then as a very bullish scenario, watch out for 110 by the end of this year for DraftKings. Those are my predictions on Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Uber, AMD, NVIDIA, and DraftKings. 7 stocks there. So if you are interested in any of these stock videos, feel free to subscribe and like the video. Turn on notifications as we do make more individual stock videos for these 7 stocks. If you're in any of these stocks, feel free to join our Discord as we do share due diligence. Again, link for that is down below in the description. Let us know what stocks you guys are buying during this month of February 2025. Do you think your stocks are going to go up, or are you short and bearish on your stocks currently? Thanks for watching, and just letting you know, this is my favorite pool of stocks currently as of right now. For one additional stock I would keep an eye out for, that's a bit medium to high risk. I would definitely keep an eye out for NIO stock, with the current price being at $4.37 in the after hours of Friday. Keep an eye out for NIO potential reversal back up to the 200 EMA on the daily chart. That is at $5.05. So watch for that move from here to $5 with the current price here. Let's go ahead and measure the move on the 4-hourly chart. The percentage should be about 15% to about $5.05. 15% move if the entry is at 437. In my opinion, for NIO stock, an entry between 430 to about 443. Not a bad idea in my opinion. If you're looking for a potential test towards the 200 EMA, this might be a really good entry since we're now testing above and breaking the 50 EMA on the daily chart. Long term for NIO stock, I'm going to go on the weekly chart here. Keep an eye out for $15.27 to be tested. This is my bearish case scenario. Again, bearish case scenario for NIO. I do think we get a test between $11 to about $15. For a extremely bullish case scenario for 2025, I think we get a test between $26 and $34. Right? Sounds really crazy. As of right now, we are at 437. Keep that in mind. Know that this is a medium to high risk. Let me know what your thoughts are on NIO stock down below in the comments. We are also discussing the stock on our Discord right now. I think this is going to be a big surprise for 2025. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video for NIO, DraftKings, NVIDIA, AMD, Uber, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and other stocks I'm currently buying at the moment.